We have some new poll numbers for you, and in some cases, voter sentiment is shifting.
Yeah, as we reported earlier, State Senator Matt Dolan went from third place to first place in our poll with Emerson College on the Hill. Cleveland businessman Bernie Moreno is in second, and the one-time frontrunner, Secretary of State Frank LaRose, dropped to third place.
But we also asked voters questions about the presidential race and how they view the two men who are certain to lead their tickets, talking about President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
Here is Colleen Marshall breaking down the new poll numbers.
Donald Trump carried Ohio in 2016 and 2020. So it's not surprising that even if Nikki Haley was still on the ballot, Trump would carry 82% of the Republican vote in the primary next week. And Ohio voters would also give Trump a big win in the general election. If the likely race between Trump and President Joe Biden was held today, about 50% of voters in the Buckeye State would pull the lever for Trump, 40% for Biden.
And that doesn't change too much when we add third parties into the mix. It's still a 9-point lead, so there really wasn't much of a surprise.
The 1,300 registered voters who took part in the poll do not give high performance reviews to President Biden. When asked if they approve or disapprove of the job he is doing, only 36% said they approve, compared to 53% who disapprove. Significantly, nearly 60% of the voters in the poll said the age of the 81-year-old president raises serious doubts about giving him their vote.
It's not just Ohio voters, but certainly Ohio voters are concerned about the president's age.
Are they concerned about criminal indictments against Donald Trump?
They are concerned about criminal indictments towards former President Trump, a little bit less so than President Biden's age. Again, we see this elsewhere in other states. I think this will weigh heavily in the minds of voters when they visit the ballot box, especially depending on how the criminal indictments eventually resolve or don't resolve, and whether President Biden can get out there and let people know that he's not too old for the job.
We also asked voters about the issues they are concerned about in this important election year. The number one concern, the economy. Immigration was second, followed by health care, threats to democracy, and crime. Back in sixth place, an issue that's been important to Democrats: abortion. Issues we will report on in the coming months. Local for you, Colleen Marshall, NBC4.
And NBC4 is your local election headquarters. If you want to take a closer look at all these poll results, we have that on NBC4i.com/election. There you can also find today's early voting hours and a link to view your sample ballot.